Today we talk about Zentai Oracle card. This is the Oracle card that I made. Each card has a message and it's supposed to give a meaning of you're supposed to like deliver the message that we need at this moment, very moment. So shuffle the oracle card as much as you need. Oh, but then one card pops up. This kind of thing, you can take it as a sign and choose this card for today. Oh, this is a gamble card. It says gamble and bet whole life. Okay, so maybe this means life is gamble, isn't it? Buying the house is a gamble, investment. You never know what happens. Only after 10 days, maybe your house is gone. You keep having that debt that you still have to pay, for example. So life is gamble. Which school you go? Will they give you the better life? Life is gamble. Who you choose to marry? Who you choose to be your friend? Or what hobby you may take? Every choices that we make is a gamble. You never know. We always want to be secure. You may want to choose the better way, secure way, buying a house that can last for 80 years, 100 years, rather than the house that will disappear in few years. But when we think logically, more logical you become. It doesn't give any reduce of the risk when you become logical. You make a lot of research, for example. Maybe you take 10 years to research locations and the way of building the house. Would it give a less risk when you buy the house? Once you're on the moment of choosing, making a choice, it's still a gamble, right? No matter how many research that you take, it's still a gamble. You may marry somebody that you know from your childhood. Is it the gamble? Maybe. Because I think it doesn't give a safer bet because you know it for longer time. Because there are so many other coincidences that may happen, like a whole country may suddenly have issues. you know. And it's also about the how you define the happiness, how you define that you chose the right choice, how you define that you win the gamble. And to me, the how we know we won the gamble, I think for me we all only know it after we die. We don't know it when you're still in a world of choice, consistent choices. We still need to make. But I think you more harder you bet, more like you bet whole thing into one choice rather than just the 10% of your thing you bet. More chance of winning the gamble, I think, in terms of life. Like you dedicate everything to playing the violin, more chances you win the gamble, right? Rather than you take 10% of your life dedicated to the violin because you want the safe bet. You may play the football and you may go for camping and you do all kinds of things to spread the risk, and you may win a little bit from the violin, but not as much as somebody who bet whole life into it. The returns are greater, right? And so we don't know. And Van Gogh, his painting very famous, no? Isn't he a successful painter? But then until he dies, nobody recognized. It's only after he died it was recognized, but did he win the gamble? And I think he definitely won the gamble of betting all his life dedicated into the painting. Even the reward or the recognition only came after his death. I think he still won the gamble because this result or on the table only after our death. I guess how much people he inspired from the painting, it's countless. You don't have to know the result within this life. You 1,000 billion years ago you make a pot, and somehow people nowadays pick up your pot, ancient pot from the 1,000 billion years ago, and it keeps the inspiration. Then your life, the gamble win, yeah, maybe, no? Or in that sense, maybe it's no longer the gamble of your own personal gamble, but it's more about the era, gamble of the era. You only represent of that era, but isn't it? And for me, did I win the gamble? Definitely, I don't know. Don't feel like it. But you see, somebody like 100 years ago, there were so many painters, and those that were successful in 100 years ago, did they really win the gamble? Or is it the Van Gogh that really won the gamble? It's quite obvious at this time. The Van Gogh gives more inspiration to the artist than the one that was successful within their life. That having the good life, selling the paintings and having the good life, the ones isn't really what they just had a comfortable life, more food and more house and not too hot, not too cold, comfortable. But maybe because they bet the gamble only a few percent of their life into the paintings, and they prioritize the rest of the thing, like a house and the families. So I think when I made this card about bet whole life into this gamble thing, I think this was in the idea, bet whole thing into one thing for the better winning of the gamble. To really search the truth, search coming closer to what is the truth. We got to bet whole thing 100% into it. If you leave few percent for the personal things, returns are as much, no? It doesn't mean you cannot prioritize or bet things to your family. Of course, that is also good. You bet whole your life into the family matters. Why not? I just want to say I don't have the answer. This gamble thing. Don't have the answer. Maybe I make this card because I want to think about it. Maybe not like get the answer, but at least think about it. It may trigger something. His sitting position not so good. It's easily leg get sleepy. Do you say that? Leg get sleepy? Sleepy leg? Maybe not. Leg doesn't become sleepy. Leg is my leg slept. You say my leg slept, right? Then or you say numb leg is numbed leg. It's an issue of blood circulation, isn't it? Yeah. So is it true if you exercise a lot, your legs don't sleep because your blood circulation is excellent? Maybe I should exercise a little bit, at least 10 minutes a day.